Hello, everybody. It's Robin Da Vinci. I am the money lady, the boomer baby that talks about money all the time, and proud to be doing it. Today, I want to kind of tackle something that I feel is urgent for people to understand, and that's your household that you live in, either as a teenager, as a young adult with roommates, as a married couple with children, as grandparents who are in retirement, that your household is supposed to run smoothly, and that we are supposed to be efficient with the money that comes into the household and efficient about how it goes out and what's left over. We're supposed to save for a rainy day or a vacation, and none of that is happening. And the reason that's not happening is because people don't take charge of their personal finances first. Now, I am sort of a coach for personal finances. I have been an accountant for years and taken care of people from every walk of life and every socioeconomic group. And when I've done this, when I've actually done this and sat down with them, I found that people were detached from their money. And I know I've said this before, but when people get paid, they view money as that thing that happens every 2 weeks or twice a month or every week, but they don't accumulate information during the course of the time in between the paychecks to see how they can successfully run their household. And I'm telling you this because the government has to run the same way. Whether you're in a small town, a big city, your county, your state, and being part of the federal government, it works the same way. Now, where the problem comes in your little family, as well as the big government spending, and especially the federal government, is that everybody has to be on board with what the money is spent on and what are the people doing with it. In my own life, we'll analyze cable and we'll say, we're paying too much for cable. Let's get rid of these streamers. We get rid of the streamers. And I've said all along, no, don't get rid of the streamer till I know. I'll go ahead and put into a book what shows I watch on each streamer. You can't just cancel them, because when you go to watch them, you go, where's my streamer? And oh, I canceled it because we hadn't watched a show. No, you didn't check with me. And that happens every single minute of every single day in your family, in your job, in your county, in your city, in the state, in the federal government. To go ahead and just lay people off without understanding what their job entails is a disservice to the entire community and to the government at large. What we need to do, and everybody should have it when you go to work, a scope of work. What is it that your position is supposed to accomplish and in what time frame? But you don't come in and just throw people under the bridge or under the bus and get rid of them. It's just the same in your household. In your household, you have to understand what is everybody's job inside this household. What kind of changes can we make collectively by going over what we're doing? And you may say, I don't have time for that, Robin. You have to make time. Right now, I coach teenagers in money literacy, and you would not believe what they don't know. And I'm telling you that if they're leaving high school without knowing it, and then leaving college without knowing it, and going out on their own without knowing it, that you're probably one of the people I'm talking to because you never learned it along the way. Analyze your household. Analyze what money's coming in, what money has to go out, what is discretionary, what you can play with, and sit down with your family members and decide what you're going to do. You don't just pull someone's car away from them when they need rides to school and work and everything and say, oh, I'm taking away your car. And you go, well, how am I going to get everywhere? This knee-jerk reaction to get rid of things without analyzing it is what's going on in the government right now. You should be appalled by government buildings disappearing quickly and leases being canceled and people getting fired and leaving departments without the proper people. I'm not going to debate that there's probably waste in the government, because I can guarantee you there's waste in your household and there's waste at your job. And waste, unfortunately, is part of the process of finding out how to streamline. But it's not all of a sudden just getting rid of labor. I know I've given this example before, and I'm going to give it again. I go to my local drugstore, they used to call them, but CVS, Walgreens, doesn't matter where you go. And they have the self-checkouts. And so you can take your stuff, go to the self-checkout, and what they've found is now people are cheating and saying, oh yeah, this is actually a box of cookies when it was really alcohol. And so there's a lot of thievery going on. To my disappointment, the average American is not honest. I used to think they were, but thievery going on. And they go to the self-serve checkout and they leave. And then there's checkers standing at the counter, standing around. Well, I'll start a revolution when I'm standing in line and say, no, you stand in line line and let these people have their jobs. Why? Because you going to self-checkout is destroying a job for someone, but it's not reducing your cost in any way. Here's my argument. You give me 30% off all my products because I'm doing the job of checker and bagger. I might consider self-checkout. But if you're going to charge me the same things for my product and get rid of labor and not give me a discount, oh, hell no, that's not happening. So that's what's happening in the government. We don't fully understand every single job, but to go in and say, okay, well, I don't need you, and then leave a department without anybody to run it is a mistake, and it's going to hurt the average American. So my advice is always, before you make a cut, or before you buy something, or before you get into a fight with someone, or before you get rid of a car, or before you go buy a car, analyze it. Stop doing knee-jerk narcissistic things like, I know best, so get rid of it. No, the world doesn't work that way. There are steps and stages, calculations, information that we need. It's a slow process. And yeah, everybody gets all upset about the slow process. They want things to happen right away. Oh, really? We have set up a system where instant firings, instant cancellations, instant everything just puts us into more chaos than before. So I'm going to tell you, until you analyze your household, have your household running slim and trim and on a dime, and you know where every dime goes, and you're not wasting any money, and everybody in your house is efficient. Stop asking your governments to just willy-nilly cancel everybody or cancel products and programs and all of that without any investigation. So I am Robin DaVinci signing off on this topic, saying you can argue with me all you want, but if you're laying off people or you're deciding things on a whim and not analyzing them, you are making the same mistake the government makes. You're making the same mistakes that other people make all the time. You need to understand how you work, how your household works, how your business works, and get those in order, and then say, oh, I understand the waste that's going on in the government, but I understand now that it needs to be analyzed, strictly analyzed, department by department. Leave a department alone until the next one, the last one, is totally analyzed and running and perfect. Don't just go across and say, we're not going to buy those groceries anymore, we're not going to do this. The government can't do it either. So listen to me. If you're not doing it in your micro world, don't expect the government to do it in the macro world. We have to do this systematically in an organized fashion and highly educated fashion, where we have analyzed, looked at, streamlined, and weighed the pros and cons. Anyway, I'm signing off. Please like and subscribe, and please, we can debate this. Put in your questions and I'll do a video where we answer all those questions. Thank you so much for listening. Take care.